truth, no cap. They wanted me out, I'm running it back. All in my bag, as good as it gets. Collecting my ammo, reloading my clips. Pressing my dresses and talking my shit. Addressing the masses, but classy as shit. Was raised by my mama, I heal from the trauma. I don't come with no drama, I'm running this bitch. Bitches is lying, I'm coming for blood. They counting me out, I'm showing them love. Fuck what they doing, I do what it does. Niggas that know me, they call me the plug. Let me pour my drink up in my cup. Buzzers, give them something they can feel. Don't they know I'm never letting up? These niggas hate me cause they know I'm real. Cause I love it, I say it. And I'm feeling very eccentric today. Every time I feel eccentric, y'all gonna know. Cause I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna get me a couple of more of these after I move. I guess after I move and get settled into my new spot, I can start buying myself stuff. I just be, baby, I be focused on this bag. I be focused on trying to get to this moolah. You feel what I'm saying? But I just wanted to have a conversation with you all about, because I know I've been talking about this, but I've been seeing, because I follow this young lady named Carolyn Kundalini, who is very about holistic healing, spiritual healing, different things like that. And, you know, she was stating that we are in a time where a lot of people are going to be dealing with childhood traumas and releasing childhood traumas. A lot of kids who were raised by narcissistic parents are going to start releasing themselves from codependency and being attached to their narcissistic parents. I myself was raised by a narcissistic mother. My father, he wasn't too much in my life. I knew who he was, but I wouldn't say my father was narcissistic because he was a very compassionate man. I think that's where I get my heart from. I found out in his death that he actually had a heart of gold, and he did anything for everybody. And I do believe that, because he died trying to. But I was 21. I had just graduated from dental school. I was working at the airport, and I had just moved. And he died just basically trying to furnish my house, trying to buy me a car. You know, once he had kicked his addiction, he felt bad because he wasn't there for my entire life. So he died trying to make up for him not being there. And I appreciate that from my father. So I want to just say rest in peace, and I know he's one of my angels. However, my mother, on the other hand, she was a very narcissistic individual. Right now, because I am releasing myself from her, I'm having a hard time with even being nice to her. You know, I realized that I don't even really like my mom. I haven't really liked her for a long time, because I know personally that she has been someone who has always went behind my back and tried to turn anybody she could against me. That's one of the things about being a narcissist. They do what they call a smear campaign, and they smear your name. They try to, you know, basically ruin your reputation. They basically front in front of other people like they love you and you're just the best thing ever. She brags to other people about, my daughter's great, she's gonna make it, she's gonna be this. But then on the other hand, she paints another image like, I'm the worst person, I'm evil. And it's really who she is. So she tried to make people think that that's me. And so we're coming to a time where all of that is getting ready to go away, or actually it has gone away, and it's being revealed. And so with that being said, you know, anybody that is dealing with, you know, relieving themselves of childhood traumas, relieving themselves of childhood pains and different things like that. You know, unfortunately, I'm an 80s baby. I was brought into this world like right when the crack epidemic hit. Even though a lot of our parents in the 70s and stuff, they were getting high off cocaine and different things like that, you know, it kind of trickled down into crack cocaine. And then crack cocaine, that's something that the government put here to mess up the minds, just like on us. They always had these government projects and different things like that. So crack was dropped into society, and it was, you know, meant to mess up the minds. And what it did, that's exactly what it did. And a lot of our parents came from narcissistic parents themselves. I mean, it is a generational curse. A lot of our parents, especially Black culture, came from our ancestors who, you know, my great-great-grandmother was a slave. And so, of course, she went through a lot of pain and trauma, of course. So she passed it on to her child, and it just was a cycle. And so what I'm learning, once I finished being mad about
about it, because my mom, she, you know, she'll lie and tell people, oh, she dwells in the past. I mean, yeah, I tried to kill her. Yeah, I wish she was dead all her life, ever since she was like 4 or 5 years old. But what? So the bitch is still here. And, you know, she'll just try to create this image that, you know, I'm the worst child, the worst person ever. And she has always did that. She's always made people believe that I have a victim mentality and I live in the past. But I've always tried to forgive my mom for who she was. And she constantly continues to this day, is a bully. She's a very strong bully in my life. And I'm not afraid to talk about it no more. I'm no longer what we call taking up for her no more. I'm no longer hiding it no more. I'm no longer protecting her anymore. I am speaking my truth, and this is my story to tell, and I'm going to tell it. And because I know it is going to help other young ladies or men who was raised by a narcissistic mother. And so if you are someone that is being released from a narcissistic parent, you know, I just want to say hats off to you. Just like if you notice, my theme song is J. Cole's when he was like, we come from a trauma, we come from a long line of trauma. We came from our mamas, you know, we hurting our sisters. That is so true. That's why that is my theme song, because I say, you know, I was raised by my mama. I healed from my trauma. I'm still in the process of healing from my trauma. And I had to realize that I could never really completely heal if I'm going to stay, you know, attached to someone that's going to constantly try to break me down no matter what I do. I've tried to love on her. I've tried to, and let me tell you something about being a narcissist, raised by a narcissist. You become a people pleaser. And for a long time in my life, I was trying to please people. I wanted people to like me because my mom always acted like she hated me. She wanted me to die. And so for a long time, I was a people pleaser. I wanted people to like me. I wanted to be down. And now I don't. Let me tell you, they say anybody can stand with a crowd, but somebody that can walk alone, it takes courage. And I've been out here walking alone, and I've been happy about that. So I just want to say salute to everybody that's detaching themselves from codependency, detaching themselves from narcissistic parents. You are strong. You got this. Keep educating yourself. Keep reading and become obsessed with healing. Become obsessed with becoming a better person. And this world is crazy.
All truth, no cap. They wanted me out, I'm running it back. All in my bag, as good as it gets. Collecting my ammo, reloading my clip.